Welcome to episode 3 of Madoka Magica. Last time, Madoka and Sayaka got to go along with Mami to see her fighting a witch, which was good, and we got a lot of world building about the witches and the magical girls, and they're still working on deciding if they should become magical girls and what their wishes would be. So hopefully that'll happen this time. A decision will be made, and we'll see what happens. So, I'm going to watch and discuss. I've got the subtitles and timer on screen if you want to follow along, or you can pull up the episode on your own. We're starting after any logos. We've got a pot of flowers here on the screen. And yeah, let's get into it. In 3, 2, 1, play. All right, so we've got a... Is this... In the last episode, there was a scene like when Sayaka was talking about, I think, being kind of privileged, where it showed a scene of somebody like in hospital bed here. But I didn't know if that was an actual character or just a random cutaway to someone in general who was less fortunate. But it seems like that's an actual person that Sayaka knows, possibly sibling. So no wonder she would have those thoughts. That she was thinking she was, not all that. She was pretty well off, Didn't have a lot that she needed and, needed to wish for because she knows this person who is worse off. And look at this room. It's a hell of a place. It's gonna listen to music together. Memories of childhood. And it's clearly affecting him emotionally. What's up with the bandages on that exact spot? Okay, there's a lot to... I wonder. I want more information about that for sure. We'll think about that later. See what else is revealed. Talk about it in the discussion, but yeah. So, presumably, they have to make their decision sometime soon. I've enjoyed the pacing so far, and that they're taking their time, but But while the OP is playing, let me say that if you enjoyed the videos, subscribe to the channel. Madoka Magica comes out on Fridays, and other videos every single day of the week. Also, check out the stuff down in the description below. You got Twitter and Discord if you want to check that out, and Patreon if you want to support the channel. Get these videos a week early, or even earlier than that. Polls and vlogs and all that stuff. Thank you very much. But yeah. Still got this cutesy kind of opening. It showed the musician. There was a red-haired girl that I don't believe we've seen yet. Oh, Shaft. You beautiful bastards. I'm not scared of anything anymore, is apparently the name of this one. So, okay. We got Mami doing some of her shit with her big-ass gun. Oh my god, look at that. I love the designs of this stuff so much. It's so absurd. Alright, she's doing her job, taking out witches. And they're still along for the ride, and she's got her bat. I don't think she's had to use that yet. When she actually becomes a magical girl, I wonder if her weapon will be a bat. A magic bat. And here he is. Yeah, she said it was only sometimes. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's not just witches. Alright, and they can evolve. Little, again, with the video gaming aspects and how a grief seed feels like a random item drop. I don't know if all witches drop grief seeds, though. Or even if among witches it's only sometimes. Yeah, I want to know that too. I'm surprised you didn't ask that before now. I guess it could be personal, but, no harm in asking. Whoa. Whoa, okay. She had some tragedy in her life, a bad car accident. Maybe that's why she lives alone. And he came to her right then when she was that vulnerable. Ooh, that's a bad sign for him being on the good side. That's not cool. Although I guess you could say that he saved her, but I don't know. It just kind of stinks of manipulation a little bit. I don't know what her condition was if she would have died, but it seems like she just wished to live. Yeah, I mean, you can wish. He said you could wish for anything. Oh shit. Madoka knows, or he's the one who said it, isn't he? So he knew. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. But yeah, like she didn't have time to think about her wish at all. She just she got to make an important wish, but it was just spur of the moment. Oh, please save me or whatever. But yeah, good point. Interesting that she's, again making her really think about it and pushing the importance of this decision. Like think about why you would be making this wish and if you should really be doing it. Yeah, I bet it is the sooner the better for you, you little shit. I don't trust the little thing just because of everything that we've seen so far. Yeah, I mean that's going to happen regardless. That's the whole point. Just wish to be invincible. Then when you're a magical girl, you're not in any danger. And so that eliminates the one risk. Just do that. Just ask to be like the strongest person of all time. Then there's no risk. So yeah, he went to Mami when she was in a time of crisis. Why did he come after Madoka and Sayaka now? And I don't know if he's lying. She's the main character, so I can believe him that she has potential. But why? And also, he could be lying just to get her to do it. There's a lot, like, honestly going on here in these characters' heads that make me wonder where it's all going to go. Nice. Who knows? She seems to be okay with it now. Okay. There are probably more interesting challenges you can pursue. But she enjoys the feeling of accomplishment, and yeah, it may not have been the exact way she thought or wanted her life to go, but it went this way, and she's into it. You could just wish for like happiness in general for your loved ones and or yourself. All right, we got a little encounter here. Yeah, I mean, which she doesn't seem to be a fan of. Why especially her, though? So she does have this potential for some reason. And she does not like that. That's what they've said, but I don't think that's the case. It's got to be something deeper than that. Oh shit, so next time we meet, we're gonna fight. Well, damn. What's up? The kid's having an off day in the hospital. What else is going on? Oh, hi. Okay. Just hanging out in the hospital wall. They did say hospitals was a place that they show up often. This might be like what spurs one of them or both of them on to finally do it because they need to protect the guy in the hospital, but they might not be able to get to Mommy in time. Can't they do the telepathy thing? Can they not do that on their own yet? Yeah. It might force them it might force them to have to become magical girls right now to save the day. Okay. And there they go. Whoa, hello. Now we're in this fucking hellscape. Look at the syringes and everything. It's so creepy, and like the IV bags. Yeah, you can do it right now if you want to fight and save the day. Not yet. Okay. I love the just like the theme of this place. It's not. It's totally like crazy, but it's not entirely random. Like there's a logic to the visuals. At least some of them. Madoka going too, I assume. Okay, there we go. All right, whole team's here. Oh, and when I said the whole team was here, I was more right than I even knew. I didn't. Where'd she come from? Came in right behind them. Oh, they said the next time they meet, it's gonna throw down. Really? How do you know that? And how strong is it gonna be? What's it gonna be like? Well, they're not taking her word for it. It's like, yeah, no, you stay behind. This is ours. Oh, hello, little things. What's up? Nice hiding plot and a hiding spot. Through the door, and what do we find? A bunch of bottles. All right, have you come up with anything yet? World peace. Couldn't you just wish, like, for all the witches to die? He said you could wish for anything. If he has the power to grant any wish, that's like an extreme power. Why can't he just kill witches himself with his power? Okay. So your wish is just like you don't really need one. Just be a magical girl and that's enough. But you could also get something else on top of that, even if you don't need it. Even if you're just satisfied with just being a magical girl. Could also wish for, like, a little bit of money on the side. Oh, really? Yeah, she's kind of alone in the fight. But hey, now you can have teammates. You don't have to compete against each other. But yeah, Homura, of course, thinks that being a magical girl isn't so great either. And she actually agrees, but now she has these friends to fight alongside. You really should. That's what I said. Yeah, like if get something. I'll pick one for you. If you wish for a cake, it better be a infinitely regenerating cake. At the very least. Why not? People have done more for less. Okay, let's see. Homura said this is a special witch, or she's more dangerous than the others, so we'll see what that means. Maybe they'll have to, again, maybe make their decision right now in order to help. And here we have cake! Guns versus cake. Nice, holy shit. Damn! That was fucking awesome. Well, that's good. She's feeling good about her conversation there. Blowing shit up on syringe cake land. Odd combination. But I love it visually. Go through the chocolate flavor door. Sounds fucking great. But suddenly... At least they're safe. But, what is it? What does this thing look like? Oh, is it just like a big... Whoa! Okay, that's a little more, Charlotte? I can't even read that at the bottom. It's a little more... It looks like a being. It looks like a creature rather than like a weird blob monster. But it's still a really unique, cool design. Is that it, though? That's not the witch. Like, you didn't just kill it. Shot it in the fucking brain. Whoa. Okay, there's more to it. Shit! Hi, Okay, Homura... wait, why did it release Homura? Oh shit, did that just... Oh. Oh, okay. I see. Alright, well, yeah, I was right that they would have to make their wishes now. Well, no, Homer is here, but okay. But it wasn't in order to save her. It was after. Oh, yeah. People said the show gets dark, and I heard that episode 3, and well, there it was. Okay, she's fine. Episode 3, everyone dies. We start over from scratch. Madoka Magica, that was a lie. Madoka dies in episode 3 too. Damn, she's quick. So that, presumably, she's just, like, actually literally dead. Like, the death flags were piling up. We learned her backstory and why she made the wish. We got this scene from her. Madoka, never leave me. We're friends now. And I'm so happy. I'm happier than I've ever been while fighting. And it's like, yeah, these are definitely death flags, but, Just like that. I didn't expect it to happen just like that. But then Homura, like, Jesus fucking Christ, holy hell. So, it happened, like, so suddenly that it's hard to even register that it happened. Like, she's just dead, actually. Right? That hasn't even fully really sunk in yet. Like, whoa. Honestly, most of the time in anime, I would generally assume that she wasn't dead, because in most anime, people don't die. If they do, they come back, or you just think they were dead. I would generally assume that she was somehow fine. But, no, I know better here, and it seems that she, yeah. Well, shit, okay, they still haven't become magical girls, and now you've just experienced that shit. Oh, we have an actual, I see. So yeah, they just experienced all that shit, and now they have to make the choice to become them after they saw that and how dangerous it really is. I expected them to make it beforehand and be trapped. But I see. Fucking clever. The first 2 episodes, they have an ED where it's just like a picture of them like hanging out together, smiling. And then after this episode, they're like, okay, now put the real ED. And it's this. Fucking, I get it. So let's listen to this. Alright, well then, that was, yeah, obviously if you didn't see it coming, like if you didn't know this show was supposed to be dark or anything, you believed them when it first came out that it was going to be a fun magical girl show, and then that happened, you'd be like, my god! And with the first 2 episodes, it's definitely been unique and weird, and like clearly a lot going on beneath the surface. That doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be dark to the point of death. So I could definitely see it still being surprising. But of course this show has its reputation that's unavoidable of being the dark magical girl show, so I knew some shit was gonna happen. That was an awesome image there at the end. Now we get this fucking thing. Yeah, she was real kind. So now you're gonna choose... I guess you're gonna choose to fight to avenge her or something. But yeah, there that was, so let's talk about that. Alright, episode 3 of Madoka Magica, the episode where it gets dark. And I don't know why I put it in quotations because it did. That is what happened. It's just that is what this show is known for. I would have loved to go into this show knowing literally nothing about it. But as an anime fan, and as an anime fan on the internet, it's just unavoidable. I didn't know the specifics. I don't know any specifics going forward. All I knew is that, of course, Madoka Magica is a very famous show, and it's known for being the dark magical girl show. The show that you think is going to be a fun, cutesy show, and then it gets dark. And I've always known that it got dark in episode 3, because everybody always says that this show is the perfect candidate for the 3-episode test, which I talked about in my video on episode 1. So I knew that episode 3 is where it was going to show its true colors. Which, I don't... Again, I've talked about that before, and, you know, this show has definitely been weird. It's been unique. A lot of that you could just say is because of Studio Shaft, just because that's what they do, like with the visuals and the trippiness and the weird atmosphere. And so it might not necessarily lead you to think that it's going to be dark, or at least not dark enough where people are dying, but I think there's been enough in the plot so far where it wouldn't be too surprising. I could see somebody not thinking that that's going to happen, because you don't generally expect death in anime most of the time anyway, probably. And when the show was coming out, they just straight up said that it wouldn't be like that. So if you believed them, then, well, you know, that's just what they said. They just lied. But, you know, there's been enough in there to where I'm like, yeah, clearly there's more to it. There's more going on beneath the surface. You know, just from Homura's conversation in episode 1 telling her, like I said, if you want to make sure you keep all the things you love, don't change. Really weird tone setter. Her trying to murder Kyubey. Him being a little creepy. Not knowing whose side to be on. The trippiness of the witches. And yeah, there was enough in there where it seems like there's more to it. Again, maybe not necessarily that it'll be really dark, but this seems like a natural progression of it, for sure. I saw one comment on a video that I looked up. I saw somebody else's reaction to this episode after I recorded my own. I saw one comment on their video that said, like, this is the episode where you find out that this isn't just a normal magical girl show. I gotta disagree with you heavily there. Like, if... darker, yes, but if you thought it was normal up till now, I don't think you've been paying any attention, because it's been real weird, and it's been unique the whole time, you know, for sure. From the very beginning, the opening scene was trippy. But yeah, Mami, I guess, is just dead. I didn't think of it at the time, but after the fact, thinking about it, potentially she could be wished back to life, since Madoka didn't really know what to wish for anyway. Just kind of being a magical girl was her wish, and she was telling her, well, if you're gonna, you know, get a wish, like, you might as well just come up with something else anyway, even if it's cake. So maybe she could do that, but just from the way people have talked about this show, I feel like that's not going to happen. From the way it's been described, I believe it was stated that you can wish for anything. But if they do want to introduce some kind of rules on that, I can see that happening. Can't bring people back to life, or just can't bring magical girls back to life. I can see that happening for sure. But yeah, in most anime, even like if I saw that happen, I would remain doubtful. I would be like, there's some weird magical girl thing we don't know about where she's actually alive, or she's gonna come back to life. I would think that in a lot of anime, but just with the way this one's going and what I've heard, I feel like she's just dead, and it's weird. It hasn't fully, like, totally sunk in. You know, we didn't know her for very long, but she was a fun, likable character. I'm gonna miss the guns. Her gunplay was badass. That animation, when she was firing off the guns at all those things, was really cool. And, it was just so quick. You know? The death flags were there. I kinda knew it was coming, or I suspected. Because, like, the whole episode was still, you know, it wasn't dark. It was still pretty normal for what this show has been. And then we get her backstory, find out what her wish was. We learn more about her, connect with her more. She tells Madoka, cautions her about the magical girl life, and then cries and says that they're friends, and, you know, don't leave me alone, you're not alone. And she's feeling happier than she has before, and I'm like, okay, yeah, these definitely seem like big death flags, but maybe not. maybe we're just building her character, and then sure enough, bam. And also the fact that Homura said that this witch was dangerous. I like the design a lot of everything. I love the unique setting, because we're at a hospital, so you get a lot of hospital equipment visuals in this witch's layer, which is really cool, but also all this like sweets shit, because I guess that's just the unique to the witch itself. So that's really cool how we get the unique looks to all of them, and more lore about them because of their familiars, which can grow into full witches, which we saw Mami fighting at the beginning. Really good stuff. And then this one has a more streamlined mainstream design. Like, it looks like an actual thing rather than just a blob of whatever, but it's still a unique look. And I'm like, you couldn't have just taken it out that easily. And then it would have been cool to just get like one, to really make it impactful and like, whoa, to just get one shot of it just clamping down and taking her head off. And if it's a censorship issue, there are ways around it. You can make it silhouetted, so you just see the color, no detail. But, you know, depending on what they had to do for the TV station they were on, or what they just felt like. I did like the way that they did it, though, because it's like, okay, is she going to get saved? Because Homura is here as well. And it really seems like it's building to Madoka and Sayaka having, in a time of need, to hurry up and make their wishes on the spur of the moment to become magical girls and save the day. I thought that's what Sayaka would do, because this boy that we learn about this episode is here at this hospital. I thought Madoka would do it to save Mami. It seems like that's kind of what it's building up to. So I'm like, okay, are we going to get a last second save? That happens all the time in anime. There's always last second saves. And I think the way they showed it was really good. Just cutting away where you're like, what's happening? And seeing her ribbons on Homura fading away and realizing what that might mean, and then cutting back to the shot of her just dangling. The costume fades away, she drops headless, and it goes down to like chow down some more. I like that. I like the way they showed it. But yeah, it's like, it was so sudden, but not in like a huge, gory, violent way, to where it's kind of hardly even sunk in. It's like, wow, yeah, like I'll have to just keep watching the show and watch the characters grieve over her and her not be there anymore for it to really fully sink in. It's only episode 3, we didn't know her for a long time, but, you know, she was a pretty big presence, and I want to see how this affects things, because I thought they would be making their wishes before anything like this happened. They would make their wishes and get into the magical girl job and then find out how dark it really is, but now they've seen firsthand what Homura was really talking about, and she's kind of vindicated. And now they're still going to make the choice, presumably, because the show has to happen. Madoka has to be Magica, right? So, yeah, I feel like she'll at least try to wish her back to life, but we'll see what happens there. Homura has been saying, like, hey, you're endangering these people. And she's just like, hey, they were chosen, so I'm showing them. And to be fair, Kyubey and Mami were giving them proper warning about all of it, telling them that it was dangerous. And even towards the end, she told her that it's not a really happy life, that she's always alone, and you shouldn't aspire to be like her. They were honest, but Mami, I guess, just, you know, she was kind of into it. She just believed Kyubey. She did what she was supposed to be doing, and she's like, if these people were chosen, then they were chosen, and so be it. If they're going to choose to be magical girls, then that's their choice, and Homura was just so against it. So I want to know more about Homura, and like, I guess she's probably seen shit like this before, seen people die, or just knew stuff like this could happen, and she was trying to warn them against it. But yeah, as for the wishes, you know, like I said, Madoka is trying to come up with shit to wish for, and you really can, like, there's so many options. Like, you have a family. Like, you have people you care about. You can make wishes for them. Just, like, general, like, I wish my family would be, like, secure for their future financially. I wish they would be happy. Just, if you can't think of anything, if there's nothing particular you want, just go for the $1 million. But she even says that, I think. $1 billion. There's so many different things that you could do. And we learn more about Mami's, and she was in some kind of car accident. Presumably killing her parents, maybe, because they don't seem to exist and she lives alone. And I guess she just wished to not die. So you could look at that in a couple different ways. You could look at it as Kyubey doing a good thing. I mean, I don't know what her status was. I don't know how bad the accident was, how badly she was injured, if she was really in life-threatening danger if she was just gonna die. If so, then you can look at it as he saved her life. My first instinct and the way I first saw it, it felt a little manipulative. It felt like, since I'm watching Kimetsu no Yaiba right now, Muzan coming to a sick little boy to turn him into a demon, kind of just preying on somebody who was vulnerable. It kind of felt like that. Felt like him coming to somebody who didn't much have a choice in the matter to get a new magical girl on his team for whatever reason, for why ever he's doing this. But yeah, because there's no reason yet to think he's like some evil villain. Like, he's just creating magical girls to fight these witches, and it's a dangerous job. He's just willing to let that happen. But it is a little, it sets off a little trigger in there that makes me a little less trustworthy of him, seeing him come to somebody like that. But yeah, she didn't really have much choice in the matter. She automatically was like, okay, that's what I want. I want to live. So she kind of didn't really fully sign up for this job. She did it to save her life, and now she's just doing this after the fact. I want to know what Homura's circumstances were and what her wish was. If there are any other magical girls, how many are there? There's another girl in the OP that we haven't met yet, like a redhead or brown or something, but I guess we'll meet her in time. Madoka, I don't know why he came to her and Sayaka, just kind of out of the blue. I really don't know, and why she has this potential. I was wondering if he was maybe lying about that to just kind of coerce her into becoming one, but it seems like that's not the case, because Mami and Homura talk about it too. Her potential, I don't know why that is. If it's just because of her nature, or if there's something just special about her that we don't know yet. But either way, she has the potential to be really good, and Sayaka's involved as well. I hope she keeps the bat when she becomes a magical girl as the weapon. That would be good. Maybe that's not as fun as the guns, but I don't know. Those guns were a lot of fun, so whatever these guys get, it's gotta rival that in coolness and fun animation. But yeah, whatever Madoka will do, we'll see. She's the least interesting so far. Sayaka becomes a lot more interesting in this episode when we learn about this guy, whoever he is. I don't know. I assumed brother at first, but then that seems to be not the case. They don't seem to be related. We saw him in episode 2 when she was talking about how she must be privileged if she's unable to immediately think of anything that she needs in her life with this wish. And it showed a shot of that guy, but I didn't know if that meant anything, if that was just a generic shot of just somebody out there who's worse off than her, or if that was somebody she knew and a real character, and it is. We meet him in this time, he's this hospitalized guy, so that really makes that scene in episode 2 make more sense, why she would think, oh, there are clearly people who have had it worse than us, because she directly knows somebody, and so does Madoka, but Sayaka clearly is closer to this person. So whoever he is to her, exactly, she understands what it's like to be worse off. And I like the conversation about using her wish. Of course she would think about using her wish for him, but again, I really like the pacing of it all and how Mami is telling her to really think about it and be careful. I expected for sure they would become magical girls here. They have to. It's episode 3. You're gonna become them and save Mami, right? But no, they still haven't made the choice. So we're still, main character is still not a magical girl by the end of episode 3. I love that they're willing to take their time with it, but I really liked that too, how they were just being honest. Like, make sure you know why you're making this wish. If you are really trying to grant his wish, if you are trying to be the savior and be the one who granted his wish, and just think it all through. Little scenes with Madoka's family, which were nice, talking about just various wishes and dreams. Nice scene, nice conversation with her father, talking about how this might not have necessarily been exactly what her mother dreamed of and wanted, but it's something she just kind of rolled with and has become something that she loves and cares about. And just, it's cool to have them think about all of this stuff. Really give it some thought. I can't wait to see you in episode 11, presumably, when they eventually make their wish and become magical girls. Like I said, I like Sayaka a lot more after her scenes in this episode, so I can't wait to learn more about her and that kid. The implication seems to be that he is the musician. It's what it seemed like. So I guess that's what it is, but I still want further clarification. I love how the ED changed. It was just an image of them like smiling and hugging before, and then after this episode, now we'll put on the real ED, and it's much much darker and much more fitting of the tone. So yeah, I will say Mami probably could have done more to defend herself, and by more I mean literally anything. But I guess she was just surprised. She thought she finished it off, and then this big freaky thing came out of her mouth, and she hadn't faced that much adversity, really, I suppose. You know, she's talked about how dangerous it is, but seems like she's been really competent and never really had that much trouble, and I guess it just kind of caught her off guard. And yeah, just like that. They were saying you could die, and I like that that wasn't just lip service. They were serious. And our characters have seen that, so from here on out, will we get characters dying? There aren't too many more. You know, like I said, I don't know if we'll meet other magical girls, and it's a pretty short show, so I don't know how much crazy death we'll get in the show. This might be like the one big thing. I don't know what direction it'll take from here. Yeah, I can't really see them just making selfish wishes. We'll see what happens. Sayaka maybe should talk to the guy and maybe not tell him all the details, but just kind of bring it up like, hey, you know, if you could have one wish, you'd probably wish to be healed, right? Like, we'll see how that goes if she does end up making her wish for him, and what Madoka does and how they react to this, because, you know, they're stunned by the end of it. They're just left there crying on the ground like, what just happened? And Homura's just gotta kind of be like, told you so. Although, again, Homura probably should have used her words a little better to really warn them better. But also, Mami shouldn't have tied her up the way that she did. Because Homura came in and demolished this thing, didn't underestimate it, like Mami may have. It's weird when she's fucking with the witch and beating it up, and it still looks all kind of cutesy, and we're still surrounded by cake. And it's like, this is where Mami just got her head bitten off. That's weird. But yeah, I still say my vote for a good wish is like invincibility. You don't have to go for immortality necessarily if you don't want to live forever. It comes with a lot of baggage, but just invincibility. Like, you can age, you just can't be physically hurt. Or you could even just say invincibility from witches, invincibility when I'm in my magical girl form. Or just, I wish I was the strongest magical girl of all time, like so super fucking strong that I could never feasibly be hurt. Right? That gets rid of the one danger, so you're good, if there's nothing else that you want. Again, maybe there's limitations, but so far, he has said you can wish for anything. So I'm just coming up with anything. We'll see. There's got to be some limits, probably, that we'll probably find out about soon. Or just wish for all the witches to be dead. I want to know more about Kyubey and his powers and where he comes from and why he's doing all this, what his motives are. Is he going to be like a villain, really? Is he just kind of, I don't know, he's just kind of there. He's the one to just kickstart it all, be the catalyst to turn them into magical girls, and, you know, it just happens to be a dangerous job. I want to know more about the little guy. You know, if he's got the power to grant a big wish like this, then, you know, what else can he do, and why is he not doing it, and why are we really fighting the witches? And I don't know, I want to know how much depth there's going to be to all that. We'll see going forward, I guess. That's probably all I have to say for now, so let me know your thoughts on the big episode 3. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out all the links down in the description below. Leave your thoughts. Like I said, we can talk about it some more. Really appreciate all the support, and I will see you next time.